Muskan Shrestha. And
First of all,
better.
good afternoon to everyone presented here. My respected teachers, my engineers, my friends, and my brothers and sisters. I'm Muskan Shrestha from grade 12, section D2. The title of my study is Gen Z Born Free Living Trap. This study is also connected with the protest which recently took place in our beautiful and peaceful country, Nepal. And now the story begins. I grew up in the narrow lanes of Bhaktapur. My childhood was a symphony of dust, gaba trees, kites, and cricket matches that lasted until sunset. When I was 10, my uncle gave me a small camera, spent hundreds of hours capturing leaves trembling in the wind, street cats chasing shadows, and my friends running barefoot through puddles. Freedom felt endless, but love sometimes comes in a form of rules. My father once told the comics I had faced thankfully drawn. Artists don't kill stomachs, he said. I learned early that dreams could be hidden away in silence, even if the heart refused. Even at the age, I noticed small injuries, a classmate punished for asking a question or a street vendor fined unfairly. These moments lost themselves in my mind. I realized the world could be cruel even when it smiled. By the time I was 15, I discovered the joy of documenting life. I carried my camera everywhere, which my uncle gave me, and photographing street festivals, street animals, children playing, and elders playing in the temple. Sharing some of my photos online gave me a thrill I had never known, being seen, being heard. Around this time, I started meeting Suhan and I usually casually at school. We would talk, laugh, art, and about the world. I remember sneaking into dusty libraries together, debating over tea in the evenings, and filming small moments in the city that felt unfair or obscure. Those small interactions felt insignificant then, but I didn't know what they would later say everything. The internet opened a window to the world. I saw young people standing up in far off country, fighting for rights and justice. I watched art, videos, and protests that teachers never acknowledged. I started posting my own videos, just small snips of life in Kathmandu at first, nothing political. But the thrill of sharing, of being witnessed, stayed with me. I began to understand that technology could amplify my voice, even if the world tries to silence it. We were just three boys, 17 to 19 years old college students who thought the world would listen if we shouted loudly enough. Here was one, the old one, the kind who would stand on a bench in the middle of Basundhara and shout at corrupted leaders through a paper microphone. Here was I, quiet, with the kind of eyes that looked like they had seen a war and no one else noticed. He wrote poems no one read, and we someone. Caught somewhere between them, I filmed everything. My camera became my protest sign, my witness, my only weapon. We called ourselves the free one, not because we felt free, but because we wanted to believe it. We were the second year student college students, jobless, half the week, restless, all the time. We lived in Kathmandu that felt like it was voting spread, promises of change, yet the small old politicians sitting in the same chair, their sons inheriting the same titles, and the same people paying the same price. When the government banned social media for national security reasons, it was the last straw. They took away the only space where our generation could breathe. It started with whispers, tweets, then calls, then handwritten posters pasted on poles at midnight. By the morning of September 8, 2025, the streets were filled. Thousands of us waving flags, singing songs that didn't belong to any party, shouting things that hadn't been heard in parliament for years. Mothers cried from rooftops, old men ended out water, the police was with unreadable faces. Suhan led us standing on a traffic barrier, waving a flag that read, "Born free, living glad." I filmed him as the crowd roared. He looked alive, his voice cracked, his sword soaked in sweat, but his smile. It was the kind that made you believe we could actually change something. Then the smoke came, the tear gas, the tissues, the screams. I saw eyes grab someone's arm, yelling something I couldn't hear. I kept filming until my eyes rolled and everything blurred. People ran, stones flew, someone fell. It wasn't supposed to turn violent. but the silence had been too long and race was too deep. That night, the government called us reckless youth. The news channels edited the part where we were peaceful. They showed only the smoke, not the reason for it. Suwan didn't come home. His body was found the next morning, a single wound, a single bullet. 18 years old, a journalism student would dream of making truth louder than lies. I remember standing by his covered body at the hospital, the smell of tear gas still in my clothes. I just didn't say a word. He just sat on the court floor and whispered he was supposed to go home that night. Suhan's mother arrived hours later, barefoot, eyes aching. She touched her his ear and whispered, you said you were going to make me proud, not make me a headline. And for the first time, I saw a mother's pride and pain collide into one unbearable sound. We thought our college would at least honor him, maybe a minute of silence or condolence message, anything. But instead, the principal released a statement saying the college administration had no involvement in the recent protest. The tickets student participate on his own without the institution's permission or authority. No mourning, no empathy. They erased him with one sentence. After Suwan's death, the protest grew, not louder but heavier. The city seemed to breathe in sorrow. We marched again, smaller groups, more careful this time, cameras everywhere, police at every corner. I just wrote poems for Suwan, words about courage and betrayal, about a country that raised lines but kills them young. He sent one to the local newspaper, they never published it. People began to forget as text slowed, news circulated to the next scandal. Suwan's death became another file in a government fraud. We were born free, they said, but freedom had turned into a privilege, something you could lose for asking the wrong question. I stopped writing, he stopped coming to class. He told me one night, sitting by the Kathmandu river, maybe freedom isn't real for people like us, maybe it's just fate. I didn't know what to say. 2 years later, I got a call from his sister Ayush had sung from the Dharara tower. He had left a note and a short and simple, I wanted to fly, but it fires here. Like this, many children have been locked in a cage, many Gen Z students or members have been lost somewhere where they don't want to. So I would like to make a story like this.
Okay, thank you so much.